All right, everyone, get ready for a deep dive today. We're going all in on Funko Pops.
Okay.
You know, those collectible figures with the big heads and those wide eyes?
Yeah.
We're going to uncover their origin story, how they climbed to the top.
Okay.
And, well, how things kind of went sideways along the way.
It's a wild ride for sure.
It is.
What's interesting about Funko is that they've tapped into something universal. Like, everyone loves pop culture.
Right.
And they turned all of our favorite characters into these, like, quirky collectibles. It's really a brilliant business model.
It is.
Yeah.
To think it all started with bobbleheads.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 1998 with Mike Becker just working out of his house.
You know?
Not exactly the billion-dollar empire we know today.
It's hard to picture that now.
Oh,
right. Them just making bobbleheads of Big Boy, Cheerios, Honeybee, even Popeye.
Talk about humble beginnings.
Very humble.
But, you know, there's this theme of nostalgia that runs through all of Funko's history.
Absolutely. Tapping into that connection. We have to characters from our childhoods, those early bobbleheads. Yeah. It was just the beginning.
So things were moving along with bobbleheads. Then Brian Mariotti comes in.
Okay.
Buys the company in 2005. Decides to shake things up.
Yeah.
And we get the fantastic plastic line.
Right.
Those retro figures. They were really hinting at the Funko Pop style.
Yeah.
That we know today.
Yeah, his vision was to go beyond just bobbleheads. You know, a wider range of collectibles.
Yeah.
And so they started experimenting with designs and materials, different characters. It really set the stage.
Okay, and then boom.
Boom.
San Diego Comic-Con 2010.
Yeah.
The first Funko Pat prototype.
Oh, wow.
Funko Force 2.0.
Okay.
It was called back then. With those DC Comics characters. A year later, they officially become Funko Pops.
At the New York Toy Fair.
At Toy Fair. Yeah. And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
It's funny, though, because the Funko Pop design, it's so simple.
It is.
The large heads,
right?
Minimal bodies.
Yeah.
Those expressive black eyes. They stripped away everything.
Yeah.
And just captured the essence of a character.
Exactly.
And you got to admit that design is instantly recognizable.
It really is.
You see a Funko Pop, you know it. But here's the thing.
What?
These weren't for kids at first. Funko Pops were.
Yeah.
And still are.
Right.
Primarily aimed at adults.
That's a bold move for toys.
That was a gamble that paid off big time.
It really did.
Tapping into this whole market of adult collectors.
Yeah. Passionate about pop culture.
Yeah.
Display their fandom.
And let's not forget.
Oh, yeah.
The sheer volume of licenses.
So many.
Over 1,000 franchises.
1,000.
From Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah.
To Disney.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, anime, sports.
It's incredible.
They wanted it all.
They really did.
And Mariotti even said that they weren't just chasing the most popular characters. They wanted to represent brands authentically.
Oh, wow.
Even those lesser-known characters that make hardcore fans lose their minds.
That's true.
Like they knew that fans appreciate the deep cuts, those obscure references.
Absolutely.
So that attention to detail and that commitment to representing all these different fandoms, that was key to their early success.
It was.
They built this massive fan base.
Yeah.
And Funko Pops became a global phenomenon. Speaking of global phenomena, let's talk about their IPO in 2017.
Okay.
You'd think going public would be this huge celebration.
Right.
But Funko's IPO was anything but typical.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. Their stock dropped by over 40% on the first day of trading.
Seriously.
The worst IPO in almost 2 decades.
That's got to be some kind of record.
It was a huge shock.
Yeah.
And a real test of their resilience.
Wait, a 40% drop?
Yeah.
That's a plunge.
It is.
It's not just a dip.
Nope.
Happen.
So an IPO is all about generating excitement and confidence in a company's future.
Yeah.
A drop like that can signal that maybe the market's not so sure about the company's potential.
So like a reality check for Funko.
Yeah, kind of.
But they didn't let this setback stop them.
Nope.
They kept their eyes on the prize.
And kept expanding their empire.
And that IPO drop kind of makes their success after even more impressive.
It does.
They recovered and thrived 4 years later.
Yeah.
$1 billion in sales.
It shows their adaptability.
Yeah.
Their ability to bounce back.
Like they took that IPO stumble as a lesson and they doubled down on what was working.
Yeah, like their flagship store.
That flagship store in LA.
Yeah.
Which opened in 2019.
Right.
Now that wasn't just a store.
Mm-hmm.
It was an experience.
It was designed to be like a social media haven for Funko fans.
Life-size statues.
Yeah.
Immersive sets.
Yeah.
Photo ops galore.
It was a celebration of pop culture.
I've seen pictures. It looks amazing.
It's like stepping into a Funko wonderland.
It's a smart business move.
It is.
It's like this physical manifestation of their brand.
Yeah.
A destination for fans to connect.
Totally. Creating community.
Yeah.
A shared experience.
That goes beyond just buying and selling.
Exactly. And speaking of buying and selling, the resale market for Funko Pops was exploding.
I've heard of people making bank reselling rare or limited edition Pops.
Right.
Which is kind of wild to me because they were like $10 to $15 originally.
It might seem crazy, but scarcity and collectability are powerful forces in the market.
Right.
Certain Funko Pops become so sought after, especially if they're rare or limited edition tied to events.
That's like any collectible, right?
Yes.
The rarer it is, the more valuable it becomes.
Exactly.
I'm still wrapping my head around that golden Willy Wonka.
Oh, yeah.
With the golden ticket?
Yeah.
That sold for $100,000.
$100,000.
In 2022.
Wow.
Are people really that obsessed?
It's not just the object. It's what it represents.
Okay.
Like that Willy Wonka Pop, it's childhood nostalgia.
Right.
Connection to the movie. A piece of pop culture history.
I see. So it's fandom.
Yeah.
Scarcity. Maybe a little investment speculation.
Maybe.
That drives the prices up. But this whole resale market, that fueled the growth of the Funko community.
For sure. The online world, YouTube unboxing videos, Facebook groups, forums, all fueled the frenzy.
It's amazing how they went from a garage to this massive community. But as with any large company that grows so fast, there are going to be bumps along the way.
Oh, for sure. And for Funko,
yeah,
those bumps turned into some serious challenges. They had to ask some tough questions about their business model and their place in pop culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So we've seen how Funko was on this roll for a while.
Yeah.
They've really tapped into pop culture fandom, built this huge community, turned these pops into this global thing. But then things got a little rocky, right?
Yeah, the rise hit a snag.
Like their whole strategy was giving something to everyone, covering every part of pop culture.
Yeah, like could that more is more backfire?
Did Funko's desire to be everything lead to their downfall?
Well, it definitely played a role in their challenges.
Yeah.
One of the big ones was their venture into NFTs.
Oh, yeah. Remember when they announced that?
Back in 2021?
2021, yeah. And the reaction? Not exactly positive.
Fans were skeptical, to say the least.
It felt like Funko was just jumping on the bandwagon without getting it.
Yeah.
Or worse, prioritizing profits over their values.
And then the Bob Ross NFT.
Oh, man.
That was a PR nightmare.
Releasing an NFT based on an artist who was so anti-commercial.
Totally.
Protective of his image. Just tone deaf.
It really was.
It went against the Bob Ross estate's wishes too.
Which made it worse.
Yeah. It really hurt them with some fans. It made people question their decisions.
Like they were appealing to people who were opposed.
That's a strange approach.
It is.
But the NFTs weren't the only problem.
Right. They also got criticism for some of their figures, like the dead Laura Palmer.
Oh, from Twin Peaks?
Yeah, some found it insensitive.
Yeah, and the Prince Naveen from Princess and the Frog.
Right.
People said it was whitewashed.
It did seem like they were pushing too far, losing that thoughtfulness, that sensitivity.
They were losing what made those early pops special.
Right, that curation, that attention.
Like so focused on new releases. They lost track of quality.
And the message.
Yeah.
This brings us to another challenge.
Okay.
The sheer number of variants.
Wait, remind me.
Yeah.
What's flocked again?
Oh, a flocked variant. It has that fuzzy texture.
Right.
Makes it stand out.
But there's so many. Chase.
Yeah.
Flocked. diamond, chrome,
metallic. Variant overload.
It is.
It starts to feel less special.
Yeah, less unique.
Exactly.
Like limited edition loses its meaning.
Right, when there's endless limited editions.
Didn't Conan O'Brien even joke?
He did?
That there were like 30 variants of them?
Yeah, it was too much.
Too much.
And that oversaturation,
yeah,
it started impacting their business.
Okay.
2022. Funko had this massive inventory problem.
Right.
Chains were delaying orders, products piling up.
Well,
profits taking a hit.
It was like this perfect storm.
It was.
Controversies, too many pops. Then this inventory crisis.
Right.
Their stock plummeted.
And then they dumped $30 million.
I know. That was shocking.
Yeah.
A product in a landfill.
It was drastic. Fans were outraged.
Yeah.
Environmental groups criticized them.
So much bad press.
It really was.
It raised questions about their sustainability.
Right.
Their responsibility.
It was a desperate attempt.
It felt like it to fix their own mess.
Right.
But dumping those pops wasn't the answer.
They needed a real solution.
Yes, something sustainable to address the root of the problem.
They had to reevaluate everything.
Yeah.
Their products, their manufacturing, marketing, community.
It was a turning point.
It was.
What they did next would determine everything.
Their survival.
Yeah.
Whether they could bounce back.
So what'd they do?
Well, they didn't give up.
Okay.
They knew they had to change to survive.
Right.
And that's what they did.
Okay, so they started by tackling the inventory.
Yeah, but how do you even start?
It was massive.
It was huge.
Warehouses full of unsold pops.
One thing they did, they focused on fewer product lines.
So instead of covering everything, they got more selective.
Yeah, more strategic.
About the licenses. So they realized trying to be everything to everyone was hurting them.
It was.
Okay, so no more chasing every trend.
Right.
They focused on the franchises.
The ones that sold well.
The ones with dedicated fans.
Yeah.
Like Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, Harry Potter.
Those big names.
Reliable demand.
Exactly.
But isn't that risky?
In what way?
Like alienating those hardcore fans of those niche lines.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Right.
And Funko knew that they couldn't abandon those specialized fandoms. They still cater to them, but more carefully. They're much more careful about how many variants they make.
No more overload.
Right. It's about balance.
Appeal to the core fans, but still offer something.
Right.
For those who like the niche stuff.
Exactly.
Streamlining the products.
Yeah, that was just part of it.
Right. They had to address the overproduction.
For sure.
So what? They just made fewer pops?
Yeah, they implemented stricter controls.
And then
fewer units of each one.
Okay.
They started using pre-orders more.
Pre-orders, that's smart.
It is.
To gauge demand before they even make them.
Right. No more warehouses full of unwanted pops.
It's about finding that sweet spot.
It is.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, and they got better with distribution, too.
So getting those pops to the right places.
Exactly.
At the right times.
Right, but that's just the operational side.
Yeah. They also had to fix their reputation.
Their damage.
The lost trust.
Rebuilding that wouldn't be easy.
They had to convince fans. They had learned their lesson.
And we're committed to doing better.
So Funko got a handle on their inventory and streamlined things.
Yeah.
But that's just part of it, right?
Right. They also had to win back their fans.
To reconnect with that community.
Yeah. Remind people why they love those pops.
Rekindle that spark.
Exactly. Bring back the enthusiasm.
But how do you do that?
Well, for one, they doubled down on creating those unique experiences for fans, both online and off.
Yeah.
So, for starters, their flagship store in LA.
Yeah, that place is amazing.
It's become like a hub for the community.
Right.
They have events, signings, exclusive releases.
All drawing huge crowds.
It's like a pilgrimage for Funko fans.
Like a giant ad for the brand.
Yeah, but it's more than that.
Right.
It's about immersing yourself in that world.
Okay. Creating a sense of belonging.
Exactly. A shared experience.
That goes beyond just buying pops.
Right. And they've also been killing it on social media.
I've noticed that, yeah.
They're super active, engaging with fans, sharing behind-the-scenes stuff.
Creating buzz.
It's like they're treating fans like collaborators.
More like a conversation.
Exactly.
But is that enough to win back those skeptical fans?
The ones who were turned off.
Yeah, by those NFTs.
By the oversaturation.
Yeah, is it enough?
It's definitely a good start.
Okay.
They also launched their own streaming platform.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Funko TV.
Funko TV, huh?
Yeah.
Is that working?
It's still early, but it's gaining traction.
What's on it?
Unboxing videos.
Of course.
Behind-the-scenes looks. Yeah. Interviews with artists. Yeah. Coverage of events like Comic-Con.
So, like, one-stop shop for Funko fans.
Pretty much.
I guess if you're a diehard.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Right.
But all these things, the store, social media, the streaming, it's about community, right?
It is. They realized that the Funko community is one of their biggest assets.
So they're trying to make people feel like they belong.
Exactly.
Like they're part of something.
And they're even taking fan feedback.
Oh, really?
Yeah, incorporating it into their designs.
Wow, so they're not just listening?
No.
They're involving them.
They're shaping the future of the brand.
That's smart.
It is.
Especially to rebuild trust.
For sure.
But are these efforts actually working?
Well, their stock is rebounding.
Okay.
After that drop in 2022.
Right.
It's climbing back up.
So investors are feeling confident again.
It seems like it.
What about sales?
Their recent reports show growth in both revenue and profits.
So streamlining and reconnecting with fans is working.
Seems to be.
They're making money. Stock's up. Fans are back.
They weathered the storm.
It looks like it.
Came out stronger.
But can they keep this up?
That's the big question.
Why?
This collectibles world.
It's fickle.
It is.
Trends come and go.
Like Beanie Babies.
Exactly. Huge craze.
And then, poof.
Gone.
Could the same thing happen to Funko Pops?
That's what I'm wondering.
It's possible, but Funko has some advantages.
Like what?
Well, first, their range of licenses.
Right, so many.
Covering all of pop culture.
Not just one trend.
Exactly.
Like Beanie Babies were just stuffed animals.
Cute, but that's it.
Funko Pops represent characters, stories
that people are passionate about.
And that passion drives the collector's market. Plus, Funko is adaptable.
They are?
They're willing to change.
Experiment with new things.
Engage with their fans.
Yeah.
But they can't get complacent.
No, they need to stay ahead.
Right. Anticipate those trends.
Keep those pops fresh.
Keep them exciting.
The collectibles market.
Yeah.
It's a dynamic space.
It is.
Competition is fierce.
Consumers are fickle.
Funko has to stay agile.
Keep innovating.
And never lose sight
of what made them successful.
That love of pop culture.
And connection with the fans.
Yeah.
Well said. So, for all you Funko fans, what do you think? Is Funko here to stay?
Well, will your pops be worth a fortune someday?
Let us know.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
We've had a blast diving into Funko.
It's been a wild ride.
It has.
But for now, it's time to wrap up.
That's right. Thanks for joining us.
On the deep dive.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Keep exploring.
Keep collecting.
And keep those pop shelves stocked.
For sure.